What it be, what it do, everyone? How are you? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first episode or if you missed last episode, don't worry, here's a little recap to get you caught up. Last time all we did was go down into the mines and get some more materials. Plus, we might have died once or twice. If you'd like to come join me live, the link to my Twitch will be in the description below. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
Welcome everyone to the stream. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day and is doing well. My day has been pretty alright for the most part. Went to therapy, got some food, worked on some voiceovers for the VODs for YouTube. What I spent a good majority of my day doing. I want to say I probably spent like an hour or two, maybe probably more. But the first time I worked on it, that's how much time I spent on it. But the goal today is going to be to try to go down and find more diamonds, or probably find a different cave and get some diamonds, because the cave that we went in last time didn't have any diamonds in it, and we got all the way down to the bottom. Actually, there was more spot to go back there. I just didn't go there because there was a lot of mobs there. Probably gonna make another pickaxe and new armor, at least new boots and a helmet, and try to get some more material. I'll have it just wait. Try to get some more materials, like some materials. Mainly just looking for more diamonds, because that's the main thing I need and slash want. So that's the main thing I'm trying to get. So that'll be probably a majority of the stream is doing that, but I will also probably be doing some other things. But that mining and getting some more, trying to find more diamonds would probably be the main goal of this stream, for the most part, unless things change, or if things work out and I find diamonds pretty early. But I don't think I will. I doubt that'll happen. If I barely found any last stream. I'm gonna make another pickaxe. I'm gonna make another helmet. Throw that on. That's smelting. I'll smelt this in here. Get rid of all this old armor. These boots. I can't cook that or melt that down. I can't do that. I don't think it'd give me anything for it. I had another helmet. That's unfortunate. I can leave that there for next time. New shield. That's what I need. Okay, shield. What else do I need? I need torches. I don't know why I put my torches away. I need those. I'm gonna take the craft table with me, and this furnace, just because I need to smelt some stuff down there. Don't need this wood on me. Well, I'll take the wood. Take a little bit. Don't have any cobblestone anywhere. I'll just take dirt. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to sleep, and then in the morning we're going to go and try to get some diamonds, because oh wait, hold on, I wanted to check something actually real quick. Where is I don't know if any of you remember from last stream, but I did find those diamonds, and I did need diamonds for a quest. So I want to try and see if I can complete that quest and what I get for it, and what would be the next goal for me. Because I am just kind of like running around, not really having a goal that much right now. But I'm sure there's probably something that there's probably things I need to be doing to actually progress to like the quest of this thing. as soon as I can find this quest scroll. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Open quest scroll. Let's see what the guy's name was that? Oh, it's the furnace. Not a furnace, the torch. I thought that was a creeper or something in there. I was about to be very confused and also very scared about how. Oh, I need 9 diamonds. Okay, never mind. I'll put that back. I'll put that in. Make another chest for that, so it's not. So it has its own like thing. So I'm not like struggling to find it amongst the other things in my chest. Whoops! I don't want that there. That looks ugly. I want it in the corner. Okay. That in there, that in there, that in there, that in there. Okay, now we're off on an adventure. Why is there a zombie? Why does it have zombie flesh? But I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone having a good week. No one is having any issues. Wasn't sure if I was gonna stream today because I wasn't feeling the greatest. Just like not sick or anything, but like mentally, like I didn't feel that great today. My day wasn't bad or anything. It was just mainly like doing the just kind of like stressing about getting some stuff done for the channel and also trying to like find like work in the meantime. Um, and while I can also have enough like time to like stream, because like what I essentially want is probably like morning shifts, but like that's like very specific to for most places probably, and so most places probably like don't want someone that's like very very specific in about what they want, because they probably want like more control over like the person's like hours and when they work, to the person like fully choosing their hours, which is understandable. I mean, like if you need someone to work, um, this day, or that day, or like a certain time or whatever, and they're not able to, it kind of like doesn't really do you any good, like them any good to like hire someone like that. Um, but I think I'll be all right for the most part. I just need to take some time and get things figured out, but I'm sure things will be fine. Things will work out, and hopefully everything works out for you guys as well, because I want the best for everyone here, even if I don't know you that well. I'm gonna grab this iron. I didn't see this iron last time. I probably should also like to light this area up more. Ooh, more diamonds. Gold. I'll take the gold and the diamonds, thank you very much. Is it more than one diamond? No, it's a singular diamond. Is that more diamond over there? No, that's the glow lichen. The glow lichen. Lichen? Lichen? Lichen. I think it's lichen. Speaking of lichen, this has nothing to do with lichen, but the Pokemon. So, lichen rock. What is your guys' favorite Pokemon? Because I know a lot of people have different, obviously like different tastes and preferences in Pokemon, but I know Pokemon is a big thing. Even though I did, like I said before, one stream before, I think I mentioned this. It's like I didn't grow up with it, but like more as I've gotten older, like the past like 4 or 5 years, I've kind of like gotten into it more. I've been watching a lot of Pokemon YouTubers since like 2021 or 2020 or 2021, I think. It might have been later than that. It might have only been so far like 3 years or so. I can't remember exactly. Marowak. Marowak is a good answer. I know you like Alola Marowak as well. I think Alola Marowak is like your like specific favorite, but I know you just like Marowak in general. Mine would probably be. I say probably be. I know exactly what mine is. So Lucario. Lucario is and probably always will be my favorite Pokemon, unless they add like a new Pokemon that I like more than Lucario. But like, I highly doubt that. Ow! You have a smithing table. That's my smithing table. That might have been my smithing table. No, my favorite is Lucario. It probably will always be Lucario because personally, I don't think any Pokemon is cooler than Lucario. I know like obviously like I have more favorites obviously like some legends like Mewtwo and um Kyogre and Rayquaza or Razquaza depending on how you say it. It's not Razquaza. Razquaza is I don't remember who came up with Razquaza, but Rayquaza is probably up there as well. Who else would I say? Um is there any new had the little Marowak figurine from the 90s I chewed on the portable guy? Jesus. I didn't even know they had like what Marowak figurine? Like a like you got from like the store, or was it like a toy that you got like from out like a um yeah, well like where did you get it from? Was it just like a thing that you just bought from the store? I didn't even know there was like Marowak figurines. Which makes sense. I think he's a very popular Pokemon. So it makes sense that there's a figurine of him. I just haven't seen any. But they don't really make like figurines and stuff really like that anymore. I don't think. Well, I guess they do. This just depends on it's for certain Pokemon, like the more popular Pokemon. Obviously, they're not gonna do it for like every single one. But I was like I said, I want to give a Lucario one, which I think there is one. I know there's also like a life-size Lucario that some people have, and I don't know if I'd get that because I don't have space for that in the first place. And also, I don't think I want a life-size like stuffed animal. Personally, I know probably a lot of people would be fine with that and probably want one, but me personally, I'm good. Ow, ow. You know, a lot of people also didn't like um the Mega Lucario. What is it? Z in Z Legend ZA. I don't remember where they came from. I think they were collectibles. Had all the Gen 1 evolutions and a bunch of others. That's cool. Well, you said had, so I assume you didn't have them. You don't have them anymore. Like, did you like how old were you when you had them? Was it like you were like very young or like 10, 11 kind of situation? What was I saying? Yeah, I know a lot of people didn't like the Mega Lucario Z, from Z Legends ZA with the DLC. I personally don't. I know they did like the whole thing was like they're gonna do, kind of like not they didn't like new megas in the base game obviously, but they're not gonna do like new in the DLC. I was like at least 6 I think. Okay, so fairly young. But yeah, did you just lose them all, or did you just get rid of them over time? Sorry. Oh, let me finish what I was saying. About the um, I don't like that they kind of like did the Z megas. Obviously, I know they gave some Pokemon like obviously like new megas still. Lost in a move. Oh, okay, gotcha. So what age were you when you lost them then? If you lost them in a move? Like, was this like a recent thing? But yeah, I know a lot of people. A lot of people. I don't like that they did like the Z megas. Really, I feel like they could have just given more Pokemon new megas that didn't have megas. I know they gave like new megas to some Pokemon. Probably the next year, I think. Oh, okay, gotcha, gotcha. Well, that sucks. You just only had him for like a year. Hopefully, you can get like more at some point. I don't know if you'd want more. I assume you would, because I'm pretty sure you like Pokemon a lot. Um, but yeah, I know. I don't like that they did the Z Megas. I feel like they should have. And like I said, I know they gave some Pokemon new Megas. I started the DLC. I didn't finish it because the DLC was very grindy, and I wasn't enjoying that, so I didn't necessarily have the urge to finish it. They were my brothers. He had them longer. I think I only remember them from that time period. Oh, okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Oh, that's what it looks like when I complete the quest. And don't look at me, please. Thank you. Okay, that's what it looks like when I complete the quest. That is good to know. There's also a good amount of Stardust ore here, so that is also good to know. I don't think I need Stardust for anything in particular at this moment, but I will keep in mind that it is here and come back for it later. I know one Pokemon that they gave Mega to is Crabominable. Whoops, where am I? Because I know in the DLC for one of the side quests you have to fight two of them, and for some reason it's the most difficult fight I've ever done in any game. Like it made it unnecessarily difficult. It was annoying. It took me a few tries. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how long it took everyone else and other people, but it took me a little minute to get that quest done, and it was a very annoying quest. I did not enjoy my time, but I did kind of get spoiled on some of them. Not spoiled. I spoiled myself, so it wasn't anyone else's doing. But I did like see what the other megas were in the DLC because I know I didn't plan on finishing the DLC really. So I was like, I'll just what was that? Adventurer hat. I will put that on. Probably no, I won't. I probably won't. I wish it gave you like a armor overlay thing. I feel like that I would if I had an armor overlay thing. Instead of like having to switch on my actual hat. Unless it doesn't get rid of what do I have right now? I have almost however many that is. Armor things. How much does that take off? Did I take off any? Plus 2 armor plus 2 armor. Third heart half. Okay. Third heart half. Okay, no, that didn't take away anything, so I actually am gonna put this on. Okay, that's cool. But I guess also like a diamond helmet, not diamond helmet, iron helmet doesn't have much armor in the first place. There's only two, so that probably isn't that much difference from like this hat. I guess. I guess the hat probably also seems like it also has two, armor, plus 2 armor. I thought it would have been none, honestly. So, I mean, I'll take a cool hat. I always like accessories. Which I wish that was something they could add in this, like the whole like I know like Java, you can do like have like mods where they have the um like rings and belts and all that kind of stuff had like add-ons. I mean, I say add-ons, mods. Um, that they have. I would love to like if they could do something like that for Bedrock. But I know Bedrock is also like um have like more. I forgot what I was saying. I'll be honest with you. I read a message in chat and my brain blanked out. I really just messaged in chat though because I can't remember what I was saying, so it's not important. Um, Found them online. They were the TOM the Tommy Gen 1 figurines from 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 I don't know from Found a lot of 50 for 600 USD. Jesus. A lot of 50 what? Of like 50 different ones or 50 of the same one? If it's 50 of the same one for $600, that's crazy. Like that feels insane. I say feels insane. That is insane. Or at least I think that's insane. I guess for like collectors, it's probably not that crazy. But also, I guess I'm not a collector, so I don't really like get involved in that whole situation. That is not collecting is not something that I am currently involved in, but I would like to start collecting things. I know I would like to start. One thing I'll start like collecting is Pokemon cards. I feel like Pokemon cards could be a fun thing to collect, but I know like getting the packs and everything can. Ooh, ooh. Let me smell some of this iron. I don't have anything to smelt it with. I didn't bring any coal. Um, I can use this wood, I guess. From the late '90s, early 2000s. My bad. But one of my other questions: Were they like? Is it a lot of just like 50 different figurines, or is it a one figurine? I assume it's a 50 different ones. If it's going for $600, at least I would hope it's a bunch of different ones. But I could be wrong. I completely forgot what I was saying before. I was saying something. What in the world was I talking about? Does anyone remember what I was saying before I read that message and my brain blanked? Oh, and I will happily take this pickaxe from you. Thank you very much, sir. We'll use that now, actually. This is a very good pickaxe. I wish I would have found this sooner before I mined all those diamonds. I maybe could have gotten more. That would have been nice. Different ones. Okay, different ones. Okay. That, I guess that's not. I guess because they are like at this point they be like collectibles in retro, so that's probably why they're so expensive. I guess is probably the what I'm guessing the situation is with that, because otherwise, like I know like with older toys or figurines and stuff, like they can be very very expensive. Especially like if they weren't that abundant, or if they've got discontinued like very quickly, then I know a lot of people will pay a lot of money for those kinds of things. It's kind of like with Pokemon cards as well. They would, where I know like people will pay tons of money for Pokemon cards. I don't think I ever would get to like that point of like where I'm like spending like 2 grand or like that much money, like 3 or 4 grand or whatever on like a Pokemon card. Unless it was like a card like I really wanted, but even still at that, like it'd be iffy because that's a lot of money for some cardboard. I guess if people have the money and they want to get it, I guess they can get it. But I just can't justify. I don't think I'd be able to justify spending that much money on a card. That just doesn't feel responsible that much. But I know some people set like a budget specifically aside for getting like Pokemon cards. Which is probably a good thing to do, is to set yourself a limit. I say like a lot. I not do a lot. Whatever. I was trying to stop doing that so much. But it's good for people to set like I said like again, to set a limit for how much they can spend on those kinds of things, because if you're not careful it can rack up a lot, and then next thing you know you've spent like 10 grand on Pokemon cards. But I know the packs and the boxes are hard to get. I wanted to get the Ascended Hero booster box or ETB from the Pokemon website, but they, for one, sold out so quick, and two, my card wouldn't work for some reason. The site kept saying my card was wrong, like my card information was wrong, and it wouldn't let me pre-order anything. So I was kind of annoyed about that, because that would have been the first booster box I would have gotten in a few years. So I was really excited to get one. But it is what it is. I think are they out already? Or they come out soon? I can't remember if they're already out or if they come out soon. But I do want to try and get a booster box at some point and just open a bunch of cards and hope I get lucky. Because I do like a lot of the cards. I have a card in a small little like binder that someone got me, but it's a Iono, sorry, not Iona, Iono, which I always thought it was Iona. I'll be honest, I said her name wrong for a few years until I got that card. I say for a few years. I said it wrong up until a few months ago when I saw the card, because I thought it was Iona this whole time. Like, I completely read her name wrong. I don't know how I managed that. But I have an Iona illustration rare. Special illustration rare, I think. It's SIR. Is what I have. It's not like an expensive card or anything. It's a light yen, but it is what it is. It's not an expensive card, from what I can remember. But it is a nice card, and I do like the card. So I do plan on keeping it. I would like to get it graded, mainly because I don't have any graded cards in my collection or anything. Obviously, because I've only like started to get into cards for more recently. I want to say I've only been into cards for maybe a year now. Why are you just spinning in circles? Ow. Maybe like a year now. So it's been pretty new for the most part with cards. I have played the TCG Pocket, but they got some good cards on there. But it doesn't feel the same as opening a physical pack to me. I'd much rather just get a physical pack and open that rather than doing the TCG Pocket. But I know a lot of people will not spend, but well, yeah, I guess spend money on TCG Pocket and play TCG Pocket a lot. But I've never spent any money on it. I've just kind of gotten what I've got, and not spending money. So that's kind of the extent that I've used it. It's just to open like the packs that they give, and that's really it. And I also have done some of the battling on there, which I do enjoy the battling, but it's also not something that I'm very big into. Is the battling side of TCG Pocket. I know some stuff about VGC, but not anything enough to get like in VGC, like to do anything for VGC. I know the basics of like combat and how it works, but I mentioned before in the stream, I struggle with the hold on. There we go. I struggle with the typings, so that automatically makes things a lot more difficult for me because there are people that can know the typings off rip and immediately adjust. But for me, I need a second to remember the typings because I don't know what it is. I just struggle to remember the type advantages and stuff, and like type matchups is something I've not been great at, and I've been trying to get better at. But it's also I haven't done much to really try and put those use cases in circumstance. So it's been harder for me to remember typings. ZA actually did help a lot with the typing situation because you have to it's real time combat, so you have to think a lot quicker for me. At least in my case, I had to think a lot quicker. Ow, ow, ow. But you had to be more quick thinking. Like, it's not like you could just sit there and wait to. Hold on, sorry. It's not like you could just sit there and wait to see what the typings are or the type matchups are. So it did lead to a lot of me having to think a little bit quicker and try to just go off my knowledge about the typings from what limited knowledge that is, but it's knowledge nonetheless. But ZA was fun. The base game is fun, I think, but I didn't like the DLC. DLC is too grindy for me. I was not trying to deal with all of that. I just wanted to enjoy it, and I don't think I'll ever go back to the DLC of it. Sadly, but like if you like kind of like the grindy aspect to games, then you'd probably like. A lot of people probably like. That's probably why a lot of people like the DLC. But I know it also added a lot of new Pokemon. I don't know exactly how many it added, but I know it added a lot of new Pokemon. I know it added a few Gen 9 Pokemon. Pokemon. I know it added a few of those, but other than that, I know one they added was like Squawkabilly, Charcadet. That's all I really know actually that they've added because I haven't seen. Like I said, I only did a few. I did maybe. I played maybe an hour or two of the DLC. That's it because, like I said, it was not for me personally. Nothing against to anyone that enjoyed it, but it just wasn't something that I wanted to partake in really. But I'm sure, I'm obviously a lot of people enjoyed it. But I also know there are people that were just kind of like the same as me, but and didn't finish the. So maybe like started the DLC, maybe even haven't even started the DLC. But other than that, I've enjoyed ZA. One thing I am excited for though, excited and also kind of worried about is the Gen 10 announcement, because I know it was rumored that they're supposed to do it the announcement on Pokemon Day, which is the 20 something of February. Is when they were rumored to do it, but there obviously hasn't been any confirmation of that. But I was like, one can only guess that they will announce Gen 10 on Pokemon Day, and it's very obvious that will be only on the Switch 2, considering something like Pokemon Bonanza, Donkey Kong Bonanza is only on Switch 2. Obviously, like because they want to use the hardware of the Switch 2 and make hopefully a better game. like graphically and mechanically. Because I know graphically, Scarlet and Violet was not a good game. I know graphically, a lot of people didn't like. A lot of people didn't like graphically ZA. But I don't think ZA looked bad, really. I think it was just very small, and so it felt like there was more emphasis on the graphics because there wasn't you didn't have much to look at or go like to distract you from it or take away from it. So it was very much you were just in the city and that's it. You were just in the city doing different things and different tasks. Obviously there's buildings and like cafes and stuff, but all in all, you were just in the city, which did get a bit repetitive, just having to walk around the city so much without any any without any sort of way of transportation the other than your legs in the Pokemon centers that had dotted around. Other than that, there was no other form of transportation. I know a lot of people wish that they did that. That was a perfect opportunity for them to do. Bunny, are you still here? Because I'm. There's something I'm not sure about because I haven't played it, but you might know because I have no idea. What Pokemon game was it that you could ride a Go-Goat? Do you remember? It wasn't Black and White, was it? I don't know. I've only seen people do the Nuzlocke and stuff. X and Y, okay. That was oh wait, yeah, that was Kalos, wasn't it? That was the same region as ZA, wasn't it? Okay, yeah, it was. And that's also your favorite generation, and I'm aware of that as well. So I would expect you to know that. I know you still haven't played ZA. I don't know how much you've been spoiled about it, either like with the megas and stuff. I know I spoiled some of them for you, but I did ask permission, so I can't be blamed completely. I haven't found it cool. I've been shattered mostly. What do you mean shattered? What do you mean by shattered? Just because you don't think you like the game because it's so different. I'm assuming is what you're referring to. Because I know you didn't play like Legends Arceus or anything like that, or like any of the other Legends game. I don't think you've really played Scarlet and Violet. I don't think you played any of the new Pokemon games, which I don't. That's fair enough because you're probably used to like the old games. Read that, please. Oh, I've been sheltered mostly. Ah, see, I can't read. Did not. Okay, that does say sheltered. You are correct. Did you change that? Or did I just read shattered? Did it always say sheltered? Or am I just blind? I swore that said shattered. It always said sheltered? Okay. Alright. So I just can't see properly. Alright. Got it. Anywho. I forgot what I was gonna say because I threw myself off with saying not reading that properly. But Yeah, that. I mean, it's good that you've been sheltered from it. I don't know, like, if you ever plan on playing ZA at any point. But I think that'd be a up to you decision, really, because you haven't played you haven't played the other Legends games. You haven't played the Arceus, so I don't know how. And I say that the combat isn't even the same in that one as it is in ZA. I'm sure you've seen the battling in it, or at least like small clips of it, showing off the real time mechanics. But I don't know how much you would like the new mechanics and everything, considering you would not be used to it at all. Which I don't blame you if you won't like it. Ooh. But I am excited for Gen 10 and cautiously optimistic. I kind of want to, but I'm afraid it'll ruin X and Y's legacy because I'm hearing worse things about Zenga as time goes on. Like I said before, I told you this before. It's not a bad game. I don't think it's a bad game. At least I enjoyed what I played, and a lot of the complaints that I've mainly been hearing is just about the lack of I can't remember the lack of something. Anywho's from what I was from move on from what I was saying. What have you heard about it that makes you like scared to play it? Is it just like you've heard like stuff about this, like is it but this like the story, the gameplay, like what is it that worries you about playing it? Or is it just is it just like the thought of like different mechanics that kind of stresses you out? Ow. Oh Jesus. Okay, guess I'm not getting that iron. I also can't see. Do I have wood? I do have wood. I'm gonna make some torches. What don't I need? I don't need a slow star. There we go. Stack of torches. I have a lot of materials. There we go. Now I can see properly. I apologize if anyone could not see. I just didn't have any coal, and I didn't feel like going out of the mines to go back home to get coal. So I was just in the darkness for a while, which probably wasn't the best idea, but we have light now, so it's fine. And my inventory is also full, so I probably should head back anyways and empty some of the stuff. I did find more diamonds. Oh Jesus! I did find more diamonds, which I'm happy about. I got 21 diamonds. I didn't realize I had that many. That's good. I'm glad I got that many though. Like I said, I wish I would have found that goblin with this pickaxe before I mined all those diamonds, because I probably would have had more. For people who enjoyed X and Y and also one-time players, I think that's overall kind of fine to sloppy mechanic-wise, but mostly just setting itself in story. The setting itself, I feel like it is very limiting because it is just in the city, and it's kind of hard to fit. Ow. Okay. Okay. Can you? The setting can be very what's the word? Underwhelming, mainly because, which I don't know how but I have a different opinion because it's not like the originals have gone away. I still have 2 copies of Y I can play. Yeah, it's like you can still play the originals, And ZA is not bad. I don't think. I think it's a pretty good game. Like I said, I give it a 7, and most other people like the longtime Pokemon fans and stuff that I watch as well also gave it like a 7. Like it's a good game. It's not a bad game by any means. At least I don't think. But I'm aware there are some things that they could have done better about the game. But I think that comes with. I know some people were complaining about the graphics. I think the story was pretty. I don't like the story. I like the story. I don't think the story was bad. I guess that sometimes like the characters could have been probably a bit over exaggerated. I guess, or not over exaggerated, but I don't know how to explain it. I'm not good at explaining things about games, really. I never have been. That's why I've never been a game reviewer or done any like of the beta tests for games and stuff because I'm not good at getting across my opinion. But sorry, I'm just healing up. But mechanic ones, but mostly the setting itself and story. I don't think there's any issues mechanic wise. Mechanically, I think it's a pretty good game. The combat was good. The like the battling was good. The catching was good. The what other mechanics would there even be? The mega stuff was good. I guess people probably, well, no, the mega stuff was good because it made sense for the type of combat that was in the game. I don't know what would have been mechanic wise that would have been an issue or story wise really. I enjoyed the story. I'm also I also don't have the nostalgia of the older games, so that probably is also another thing that plays into it. Because as with most things, I'm pretty sure most people are probably like fueled by nostalgia with that kind of stuff, and they expect kind of like what the old games were, and that's not at all what it is. I would say I wouldn't say it's anything like the old games from what I've seen. I won't say it's not anything like it. It says like the cafes and the all the stores and the like the clothing and everything. So I say it's a lot more customizable than Scarlet and Violet was, where it was just you had on the school uniform for most of the game, which was very boring, really. Setting itself, setting itself is mainly just the city, and it's a city. I don't think it. I mean, the first one was. Am I? No, the first one. I say for the first one, X and Y wasn't purely just in the city, was it? Like you could go to other areas in X and Y, couldn't you? Or am I wrong about that? Was it mainly just in the city? I don't know. Like I said, I've only seen people play X and Y in like Nuzlocke. I never sat down and played any of the older games, mainly because they're not. You have to have only way you can really play them is through emulator for most of them, and I just haven't emulated anything mainly because I don't have anything good to emulate off of. I know I can emulate off my phone, but I feel like that'd be annoying to kind of play on my phone, but I could be wrong. But I'm not against. I wouldn't be against playing the originals. I wish they would add them to the. I don't know why they haven't added them to the Nintendo Online thing, like the Game Boy Advance. What I've heard in passing, like it just gets the same level of polish or care as most of the new gen games have. It's less of a fun adventure and more of a money making machine, I guess. Um, like I said, I don't have any of the nostalgia or prior game knowledge or anything like that. But I feel like the only thing I feel like the main thing that has been the issue with the new games, or that most people have had with the new games, is mainly just the graphics. I feel like the only and obviously the occasional bug, but I've never. I know a lot of people had bugs for Scarlet and Violet. I never had any bugs for Scarlet and Violet really. That's why I went straight to the city. There were lots of places you can go in those. Yeah, I would say they is confined to the city, but that's because most of the story takes place in the city, and you're also a tourist, so you wouldn't necessarily know anywhere else outside of the city because you're just getting to Kalos in the story. Like you're just purely just a tourist. You like haven't like grown up there or lived there. So I guess necessarily, if you're talking story wise and logically, you wouldn't necessarily know anywhere else close by unless someone told you about it. But most of the story takes place in the city, so the focus is basically the city, and that's kind of what the whole story is around the city. And I don't want to say too much, but honestly, once you get into it, it's really not that bad. I know, like hearing that it's restrained to the city does not sound very fun, but it can be pretty. It can be pretty fun when you get into it, really, because at the end of the day, it is still a game, and I know at the end of the day, it is still Nintendo and Game Freak. So, kind of, this is like a company, and they also don't put as much money into the Pokemon games. I don't know if they ever put that much money into the Pokemon games, but over time, as the style has changed, I feel like it's become more noticeable that they haven't put the money into the games because it's become more 3D to kind of like fit with kind of the new generation of games. So it makes it a lot more noticeable because you're seeing things in more detail than like you would when they were doing like the 8-bit or like the pixel kind of stuff with like the sprite stuff. Obviously, and they probably spent more time on the and also from a standpoint of the new games have been being made in like a 2 or 3 year time frame. Or no, 4 years. 4 years would be from Gen 10 to Scarlet and Violet. Um, but they've been making a lot of the games kind of in shorter amounts of time, and so I feel like they have less time to work on stuff because they also don't have that much money put into it. They said I think they said with the new game for Gen 10, I think they said the budget was like 30 million, which is for a game not it's a lot for like a game. Or it's a lot of money in general, but I think for a game like from a massive company like that, I don't think is even what most games are funded, which is crazy. I feel like that they don't put more money into it because it is. I feel like it's one of their biggest selling points is the games along with the cards. Because say like COD, the budget for COD, yeah, Call of Duty's massive development budgets revealed 700 million for Black Ops Cold War. Yeah, so 700 mil for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. That was 700 million, and Game Freak is only in Pokemon and Nintendo are only putting. Well, I guess the Nintendo and Nintendo and Pokemon are putting money into Game Freak to make the game, but they've only spent 30 mil. It's reportedly it's 30 mil. So for a game, that's not a lot of money for a game to make a game. But I feel like if they had more time, obviously there'd be like the argument of like they have enough time, like they did the other games in less time in this whole situation, that whole thing. But it's also their graphics are different, so I feel like they're having to put more effort in other places as well, as opposed to just like making sprites for stuff. Which I'm not like defending their practices. I'm just trying to think practically of the situation, because I feel like at the end of the day, it's like there are people making a game, and they're owned by two massive companies that are headed by people that don't really care about games that much. So yeah, there's not much you can really do about it, sadly. But hope that they can do more with Gen 10 and provide more better content with it, as opposed to, and less buggy, obviously, which it should be better overall because the hardware itself on Switch 2 will be better, and they could focus on getting the most out of that system, and hopefully providing a better game for it. But obviously there's been multiple times where they say one thing and it doesn't pan out. Here for a bot quest at a librarian villager. Okay. But they've done a lot where they've done not what they've said. So it all depends on really what they can put out at the end of the day. But I know a lot of people are like, just don't buy the games. But a lot of people, even if there is a large majority of people that don't buy the games, there are still people that are going to buy the games, because not everyone is going to be like, oh, I don't like this because this game is bad, and I don't like I didn't like this game or whatever. There's still gonna be people that buy it, especially like nostalgic people or people that really love Nintendo and Pokemon, because there are people like that exist and don't see it as anything bad really. But I think that would be the case with any series, anything, because there are people that will just buy the game out of spite because they may not like someone told them what to do, or told them like not to do this and not to do that, because there are people that just like to be contradictory, which is not a good thing to be, like, at all. And you also have content creators that make content on the games, and there are a lot of content creators that make content on Pokemon games. Obviously, a lot of them do Nuzlocks and stuff, but there are also things like the Thinwee fights that take place that a lot of people watch and enjoy, and it's kind of hard to do that in older games. Like, this is not harder to do, but a lot of people, it doesn't have the most up-to-date Pokemon and mechanics, so it will be like outdated, which will, right, because like certain Pokemon would be in that maybe people like, or certain mechanics that may not be the same in the old games as they are in the new games. Like, I know one thing that's different, like, is Not like some of the moves used to be different. Like knockoff used to be a worse move than it is. Like I said like in us so many times in the stream, but they've done. I think they changed the burn mechanic, but from the older games. But I know there's a lot of stuff that they've just changed and made different over time. So I know there's probably still gonna be people that buy it no matter what, whether it's their like God make content on it or whether they just enjoy the games that much and don't have an issue with the games, so they just continue to buy the games. And really, sometimes people over exaggerate the how bad a game is just because they don't like the company. And that's where review bombing kind of comes from, I guess. But there are also games that are called bad that are reasonably bad. But it be what it be. Can't really. I don't know what that is. Over there. I think I've been to that already though. But it has hit the hour mark. So I was gonna go find another cave, but I will do that next stream and get some more. Try to get some more diamonds. I want to try and get full diamond armor within the next 2 streams or so. Which I think I might have enough to make a full diamond set. Or did I need 32 to make a full diamond set? I can't remember. I can't remember how many diamonds I needed. I might look into that because I might be able to get it next stream. Or just make the armor next stream. I guess I could check now. Because it's 9 for the chest plate, 8 for the legs, 4 for the boots, 5 for the helmet, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, and then times 9 again, that's 18. And then, what have I already done? I'm horrible at math. So it would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so then that 9 would be 18. Then 18 plus 8. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I think it is 25. I might have enough to make it, actually. No, it's 26. If I did that math correctly. Did I do the math correctly? I don't know if I did that math correctly. I don't think I did that math correctly. I might have done that math correctly. I don't know. I'm horrible at math. Math is not my strong suit. I'm more of an English science kind of guy. I say science. I'm not good at science either. Well, I'm okay at science, but yeah. Science was my favorite class, especially chemistry. I loved chemistry. But it has been a good stream. I enjoyed this. I hope everyone has a good rest of their night and a good rest of their week.